Welcome back to another edition of Cover 1 The Film Room. I'm your host, Eric Turner. Today we're going to take a look at a couple clips from Tremaine Edmunds versus the Detroit Lions, specifically versus the run game. So far this preseason, according to Pro Football Focus, he has the highest run stop percentage at 27.3%. He has 7 solo tackles, 2 assisted, only 1 missed tackle, and 6 stops. Everyone knows that Tremaine Edmunds is athletically gifted. Where he struggled last year was his mental processing from pre to post snap. He struggled to read blocking concepts, and at times you see him buzzing his feet instead of triggering downhill and making the tackle. Well, against the Lions, you're going to see there was no hesitation in his game. On this play versus the Lions, you're going to see the Bills send a run blitz, but I want you to pay attention to how quickly he closes on the ball here. As the ball snapped, you're going to see Trent Murphy slant into the inside gap, and Tremaine Edmunds immediately gets downhill with all of the keys in front of him telling him run. So he beats the tight end to the line of scrimmage and brings down the running back for a loss. On this 1st and 10 play, you're going to see the Lions try to run a little inside zone, what we call a B on B, where it's almost a zone equivalent of an isolation run. But I want you to watch Tremaine Edmunds. There is no time wasted. His eyes are on his keys, which is typically the near guard to the near fullback. As soon as the ball is snapped and the zone run blocking goes to his right and that fullback goes to his right, he's downhill and he's taking the proper angle right to the ball. He stays ahead of the block of that guard, stays ahead of that, shaves that angle. You'll see him rip through that and make the tackle on the running back. That's just really good processing from pre to post snap by Tremaine Edmunds, avoiding the block, taking a good angle to the ball, and in a phone booth making a tackle on the running back. On this 2nd and goal play, you're going to see the Lions motion the tight end into the formation. They're going to run a little crack toss, so that tight end's going to try to execute a down block on Shaq Lawson. You're going to have the wide receiver climb to the 2nd level to pick up Matt Milano. You're going to see a block on Ed Oliver, but Ed Oliver disrupts the backside puller, and that keeps Tremaine Edmunds free. Now all Edmunds has to do is get downhill and take the proper angle to the ball, and he absolutely does. You'll see he wastes no time. Look, there's no wasted footwork when he reads that. Boom, he's downhill, he takes the proper angle to the ball and just clicks and closes on this play. I mean, he suffocates the runner, takes away the running back's options, and he and Poyer bring down the running back. On this play, the Lions are going to try to run ISO right at Tremaine Edmunds. You'll see it off the left-hand side. They'll motion that receiver in, and they're running that fullback, that H-back, right at Tremaine Edmunds. But he reads it. He gets downhill, and all of the defensive players are doing their 111th. Everyone's fitting into the gaps, including Tremaine Edmunds, who, because of the fullback lead here, that's creating an extra gap to the weak side of this formation. Well, he's got to fill to the left of this fullback. That's technically the gap that he's accounting for. Well, he realizes that everything's cluttered right there and the running back is cutting it back, so he immediately changes direction and gets a hit on the running back, and he and Johnson do a good job of wrapping him up, and it looks like the ball even kind of comes loose here as Edmunds brings him down to the ground. So just a good job of recognizing that the play is shut down to the weak side of this formation. Running back's cutting it back. Edmunds changes direction and brings down the ball carrier. You know, there was a lot of talks about Tremaine Edmunds and his 2nd year and how he's ready to take that next step. And so far, this preseason, he is really showing us on film that that's absolutely the case. He's processing plays a lot quicker. He's clicking and closing. Of course, he's athletically gifted, but if that mental processing starts to speed up and he's able to recognize these down blocks, these run block concepts a lot quicker, he's going to be a monster in the middle of this defense for years to come.